Good morning, my fellow Michiganders. Good morning, my fellow Americans. I just want to get on here real quick for a live. We obviously have a lot going on right now. Had an unbelievable day yesterday. We had a Kalamazoo GOP luncheon. We had a Ottawa County picnic. And then today, this afternoon, early evening, we have a fundraiser. And then tomorrow we're starting our Alpena tour, which we're going to be going up to Mount Pleasant, West Branch, and then Alpena. It's going to be a long, long day, but we are getting around to hammer down. So I just wanted to get on here today, give you guys an update on some things of what's going on. Obviously, I am in Facebook jail again. All right. For the 10th time in a year. This guy is a repeat offender, and I'm proud of that. But again, just playing the game with Facebook, trying to keep afloat and trying to give you guys up-to-date, accurate, and truthful information. But it is amazing that I still get comments. And folks, everybody that's watching out here right now, I can't comment. I can't reply. The only thing I can do is do this kind of ninja style with the Facebook Lives. That's the only way I can keep in connection. So when people are putting all these comments on there, I can't answer them. Okay. And hopefully a lot of these comments are getting answered by my unbelievable grassroots warriors, my team. All of you are amazing behind the scenes. They're trying to keep up with all the commenting, but it still amazes me that I still see comments on there that they say, is this guy a Republican? Or they say, what's his views on the Second Amendment? Is he pro-life? You know, what's his views on election integrity? He stays very quiet about election integrity. And so that's going to move me to my first point today. Is you have to follow me on our other platforms. So I included a list in the description of this video, all the other platforms that I am on. And if you're on these other platforms, it's very important for you to go there, find me, and then follow, subscribe, like, whatever you need to do so you can understand and make sure that you're getting my messaging, because I'm on social media a lot trying to update everybody with everything that's going on. And so before I answer all those questions, again, for the millionth time, my YouTube channel, every live that I do is going to be on YouTube. YouTube has not censored me as much as Facebook, so that's good. I'm still afloat on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, subscribe to it, that's going to get you to my lives. Our Facebook group, Michigan Needs an Adjustment. If you're not on our Facebook group, go on it. It is growing very fast again. It's up to 81,000 people, and we have never been able to keep a group afloat. Now, look, with the Facebook group, there's a huge amount of censorship. This is not a free-for-all, kind of like what it was with Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine before Facebook really brought the hammer down on all of us, that you can just post whatever you want. We're very strict on content. You can't mention the medical procedure. You can't mention election integrity and what's happened in the past election. You can't have any hate. You can't go back and forth with trolls, because this is what happens. I have a sports background, and when anybody has played sports, usually the first person that swings and hits the other guy or other girl is not the one that gets caught for the foul. It's the retaliation that happens. That's the person that gets caught, that gets flagged, that gets kicked out of the game, right? Well, Facebook's no different. So what happens is trolls will infiltrate the group. And what they do is they'll throw something. It's like they throw gasoline on the fire to get you guys all fired up. And what you do is then you respond, and you'll do something like just mediocre and just say, grow up, or you're being childish. Facebook will clip you for bullying. I've seen it. These people, all these alerts that Facebook says you went against guidelines against bullying. And I look at the comment and it's like, grow up, you're being a child. I was like, that's bullying? That's how strict they are, because they do not want us to stay afloat. So they're hammering down. And then there's other comments where they're vicious. People are swearing at each other. You can't do that on the group. Facebook will clip you, and pretty soon they will do it so many times that you get booted off Facebook. So that group of 81,000 people is not for you just to go in there and vent frustration, hate. It's about knowledge. It's for our campaign. And so if other people start pushing other people on there that are running for office, you're not going to be allowed to do that. That is our group for our campaign to get our messaging out. And I'm not building a platform to support the establishment's candidate. That's for damn sure. Okay. So those things will get banned and those things will get deleted. And if you start doing these things and you're doing all these hateful comments, I will ban you from the group. Because my job as a leader of this thing is to keep the group afloat so we can stay connected. So I've learned a lot over the past year, and I'm proud to say that our group's going strong. We're doing good. It's growing very fast. So if you're not on Michigan Needs an Adjustment, go there. You'll go there, and we'll have to approve your to get in, because it is a private group. It's not public anymore because I'm protecting it. So a lot of people are like, well, you're censoring us. No, Facebook's censoring you. I'm just trying to keep everybody connected. So what I did next is I created a Telegram group. And in the link in the description is our Telegram group. I think it's called Dr. Soldano Group, our Michigan Needs an Adjustment. But the link's in the description. If you want a free-for-all, and it's actually quite fun to watch our Telegram group because people are just throwing anything and everything about the medical procedure being out there right now, about studies that you're not allowed to talk about on Facebook, about certain therapeutic procedures you're allowed to do with this virus. As you can see, I'm kind of talking in code language right now, so I don't get clipped. But that is a free-for-all. Now, I'm not going to allow any hate, any people doing any violent things on that group. So I still will kick people off that are doing that kind of garbage. But if you want that kind of information, go to the Telegram group. And it's around 3,300 people right now. And holy cow, it's actually fun to watch with all the stuff that we can't post on social media. That's all on there on Telegram. Okay. Another group that I'm growing right now, another page is my Instagram. I haven't did a lot on Instagram. I'm on Instagram Live right now. I'm starting to grow that platform. I'm starting to put some energy into it. It's just Garrett from Michigan. And I'm on Cesspool Twitter. And as you can see in my physiology right now, I'm really excited to be on Cesspool Twitter. And my campaign team is forcing me to be on the hot garbage platform called Twitter. I do not like Twitter. It is a cesspool of the earth. But I am on there, and I'm starting to tweet, right? I don't even like saying that word tweet, especially what they did to President Trump, just banning him. So I'm on Cesspool Twitter at Garrett4MI, which obviously stands for Michigan. So I'm on a lot of platforms. And so it's very important that you guys follow me on all these platforms if you're there. I'm also on Parler. I'm on MeWe. We're everywhere, folks. I'm on TikTok, the communist platform, because I'm trying to reach the younger generation. However, those are the main ones I want you to follow me on, and that's going to allow you to get the information. So somebody made a comment like, I'm still not convinced on Garrett. He hasn't said anything on election integrity. My goodness gracious, how many lives and posts have I done on election integrity? Again, I am for a full forensic audit. And this is a win-win. And I described this on a previous video several times. This is a win-win for conservatives. Why? Number one, if there wasn't any shenanigans that have been done, it's going to restore voter confidence, which is needed. I've been around the entire state, folks. I'm on my second time around now. Now, a lot of things that I'm hearing that I do not like is people are like, I'm not voting because my vote's not going to count. That scares the hell out of me. Your vote is going to count. So we need you to vote. And that's what a full forensic audit will do. It will establish voter confidence, which is needed. And number two, if there are shenanigans, now there's voter fraud in every election, but if there was an amount of voter fraud that swayed a presidential election or any election in that case, then those responsible should be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. That's called treason. You should never, ever, ever mess with our election process. And those responsible should be held accountable for treason because that's what it is. Okay. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. Okay. Again, and obviously I'm pro Second Amendment. I am pro-life. I'm pro-God. I'm pro-country. I'm pro-President Trump and his America's First agenda. But however, as your future governor, I'm going to be a little selfish. It's going to be Michigan first. I am going to put Michigan first, and we are going to compete against Florida, against Texas, among others, for jobs and everything else. I am going to put Michigan first, but I do believe in putting America first also, but I will be a little selfish because my state is the most important state in the union. I'm just biased. I can't help it, okay? So events, holy cow. I included in the link in the description of this video, our event page, GarrettFromMichigan.com. A lot of people are like, what's he believe in? What's his issues? You can find all that information on our website, GarrettFromMichigan.com. You can find out where we're going to be. If you go to our events page, that is in the link in the description, or in the description is the link. Excuse me, I say it so many times, I get them confused, where you can find out where we're coming. But tomorrow, we're going to start off in Mount Pleasant, Saturday, 11 a.m. at Cheers Neighborhood Grill. Now, Mount Pleasant, Chippewa country. I am a Bronco. I bleed brown and gold, along with red, white, and blue. But I'm going up to Chippewa country. That is our rival at Western Michigan University. So if any Chips come to my meet and greet tomorrow, do not tell me to fire up Chips, okay? Do not do that to me. It's okay if you do. That's a good thing about our rivalry. It's fun and exciting. So I haven't been up to Mount Pleasant in a long time because when we go up there, I never won in Mount Pleasant. Western, when I was playing, we always went up there and lost. And so it's a little sting to my heart. I'm not going to lie. Even though it was 20 years ago, it still touches me a little bit. But we're going to start off at Mount Pleasant, 11 a.m. at Cheers Neighborhood Grill. Then we're traveling up to West Branch. Okay, West Branch, 2:30 to 4 at G's Pizzeria and Deli. And then we're finishing off the night in Alpena. Alpena's been screaming for me to get up there. We're coming. I told you we were coming. So Alpena, we're going up to the Nest. It's kind of cool, right? At 6:30 p.m. And then we'll be traveling home. We're going to get home around 2 in the morning, okay? So we are on the road. If we haven't got to your area, we will. Folks, now look, I cannot get to every little town and city in the state of Michigan. So if we're like 15, 20 minutes away, like, holy cow, I held a rally in Kalamazoo, and people in Paw Paw were saying, when you coming to Paw Paw? I'm like 15 minutes down the street. Y'all going to have to do a little bit more action and come. So if we come to your area, please make your pilgrimage to freedom, because I'm not going to realistically get to every single little town and city in the state of Michigan, but I'm going to get to every area, okay? So on our events page is all of our events coming up. Man, oh man, we got a lot of stuff. We are going to be hitting our Holland, Michigan, Muskegon, Traverse City tour that's coming up here in the next couple weeks. And we're going to hammer down the UP. We are going to be all over in the UP. It's going to be like a 5-day tour. And then we're going to come back. We're going to refocus, and then we're going to be going on to the east side of the state in central Michigan, the southeast part of the state again. So we're going to get there. We are still a year and several months away from this thing, but we are going to get there. The energy, our movement is growing. Our platforms are growing. Our fundraising, again, we're hammering down because of all of you, all grassroots, every single penny. It's amazing. You guys have been unbelievable, but that is what it's going to take to win, folks, is our grassroots campaign, because we all know who's against us. It's the establishment. They already handpicked their candidate, which is fine. I do not care. It's very easy to run for governor when there's blood in the water and she's vulnerable. But where have you been in 2020? I keep bringing this up because it is a valid point, because that is what I want to know as a voter. If you want my support or if you want my vote, what'd you do in 2020? Did you stand up against these unconstitutional measures, or did you stay quiet? Did you stand up for these restaurants? Did you stand up for these kids in high schools? Did you stand up for these unnecessary mandates? Did you enforce types of policy? Were you always strong on the things that were very strong, like Second Amendment, the Constitution, pro-life? Those are things that I want to have answered. And anybody that wants to throw their hat in the ring, that's fine. But I do know that there is going to be somebody that's going to be announcing soon that's getting a lot of media attention right now. He's all over everywhere. He's got a big announcement next week. He's on Fox News. He's on Newsmax. Folks, you know how much money we have to pay to even get that spot? And he's getting it for free right now because the establishment is pushing him. And that's fine. That's what we're up against. I've always told you ever since the beginning, I've been the underdog my entire life. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight inside the dog. And I told you, you're getting a pit bull. But what we're going to have to do is win, is we're going to have to rely heavily on all of our grassroots support and financial support. If we don't raise money, we're dead in the water. That's just truth, okay? We have to get on TV, because if I can get in front of the room, I'll win the room. And if I can get in front of the state of Michigan where people can feel me and understand what we've been doing and what we're going to be doing and what we've been doing currently, people are going to join our movement. Even last night, we had independents coming up to me and said, we love your messaging of unity, because that's what we've been been about ever since the beginning of this thing, is unity. This is not fringe left and fringe right. We can't, especially in the state of Michigan, folks. This is a battleground state. The independence, the people in the middle, is what allows us to win or lose. And we have to unite. And this is the great thing about the Republican Party right now. The Republican Party can be the party of unity. If we just master or just get the courage to embrace that concept, the Republican Party can evolve into the party, and I'm saying this again, be the party of unity. Start to bring people together. Start to bring people from a variety of different experiences, from a variety of different backgrounds, back together. Now, we can have intelligent conversation, and we can move Michigan forward with some common sense. So if anybody's talking about division right now, that is not what this country needs. People need a leader to stand up to do what's right for the group of a whole. Now, you're never going to change my stance on the Second Amendment. You're never going to change my stance on pro-life. My mama was adopted. If her birth mother was able to do an abortion, I wouldn't be speaking in front of you, so I'm biased. I believe in life, but I can still have conversation with people who are pro-choice. That's just the type of person I am. If they want to be pro-choice, that's fine. Let's have a conversation. And that's just the man that I am, and I'm not going to change. And I told you, I'm not a politician. I never will be. I'm going to be me, and I will always be me. All right. And that's just my vow to all of you, to be transparent, up to date, tell the truth, give you accurate information. I've been that ever since the beginning. But we need the middle, and we're reaching the middle because more and more of the independents are coming to our side because our message of unity is resonating. And it's not because we're faking it. That's just who we are as a movement. We will always be a nonviolent, positive movement. And we're going to take those arrows on both sides. But the establishment, like I said again and again, they're afraid of us. They're not afraid of me. I'm just the guy with the big mouth on the soapbox right now. They're afraid of all of you. You got to remember that. And we have to come together to continue to move this thing forward and continue to raise money. Because if we do that, we have a chance. And I guarantee you this, and somebody corrected me the other day, because I said, we're going to be the shock heard around the world. And they're like, no, it's the shot heard around the world. I'm like, nope, Garrett's going with the new saying. We're not shooting anything. All right. It's the shock heard around the world. That's what our campaign, that's what our movement's going to be here in a year and a half. Because when people in America, because all America's going to be watching this election in the state of Michigan. This is a battleground state. A lot of people are very upset at Governor Whitmer. So everybody's going to be watching. And when they wake up the day after the election and they see that a grassroots candidate dominated the election, tens of millions of Americans are going to wake up and go, oh, that's the shock. And when there's 10 million people making that expression, right, and that noise, that's going to resonate. That is the shock heard round the world. And that's my saying. So no, we are not using the shot. We're not shooting anything. It is the shock. Hashtag that, right? And also I got to give a shout out to my man, Andy Borders. We're Green Borders, Lenawee County. Unbelievable family. Angie and Andy, thank you so much. They hosted a fundraiser for us. They gave me the sweet t-shirt. Unbelievable business in Lenawee County, where great landscaping business, great patriots. Angie's a prosecutor. Just unbelievable people, folks. Love those guys to death. So thank you, Andy, for the t-shirt. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for letting us come to your beautiful home and seeing all your unbelievable mounts of deer downstairs. It made me jealous. But I just wanted to give a shout out to them because I'm supporting this gear. And what better shirt, right? And again, what we got? That's their flag and then green borders. Sweet. Great people. And that's one thing that I love about the state of Michigan. And I know we hear a lot of noise, a lot of negativity. There are great people in the state of Michigan. Great, unbelievable, wonderful people. And that's one thing that I'm blessed is I get to go around and meet everybody and just meet the greatness in the Michigan. And that's why I know as a movement, that's why I know as a people, when we come together, we will make Michigan great again. And we will be that ripple effect that trickles over in the other states to hold the line for 2024 when we help make America great again. So God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan, and God bless these United States. Make sure you go to all those other platforms and follow, like, subscribe, do it all, even the cesspool of Twitter if you're on there. All right. Talk to you all soon. And here we grow. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.